Let's start in the views folder. And let's start with our product list EJS file. There, we obviously also want to be able to view the details for a given product when we click on it. Now, this requires a couple of adjustments. First of all, we got our entire article here, which holds our product information, so this product card. And we now need a way to also load a detail page. For this, I will go into my card actions down there and add a new button there, which is actually an anchor tag. I'll just give it the class button to make it look like one. And there, I'll add details or write details on it. And this should go to some details page. We'll continue working on this path in a second. Let's now reload that products page here, and you should see that details button there. Now, details should of course not lead to just slash, but to a page that does show us some details for the given product. And this is exactly one of the use cases where we need to pass additional information as part of our path. Because let's say we want to load slash products and then slash information for this specific product. Now for that, we need some unique identifier. So first of all, let's ensure that every product we create actually has a unique ID. And for that, I'll go into my model, product.js. And in there, we don't assign an ID yet. So when we create a new product here, or when we save it to the database, so to say, so to a file, in one of these steps, we should also add an ID. And I will do it in save. Right before we do save it to a file, I'll add a new property by writing this ID. And this adds a new property to the entire product object we're working on. And I'll set it equal to, and now we need some unique ID. Well, we can generate a real unique ID with some external packages or anything like this. For now, I will simply take math random, which theoretically is not guaranteed to be unique, of course, but here as a dummy value, it'll do. So math random is now my unique ID. I'll convert it to a string to have a text unique ID. You could use a number, but I'll go with a string. And therefore, this will now be saved for all new products too. So our products will now have an ID. And now that we know that, back in product list EJS, I want to pass that unique ID to my path here. So I will now use EJS here to also output something as part of that link here, as part of this path. And that will be product.id. We have that ID available now. So this link will now lead to products, and then let's say we had this random value. This would be one possible path now. Now we just want to make sure that we of course then also are able to handle that and extract that unique ID from the path in our routes file so that we, or in the controller, so that we can load the correct product and show the details for it. And that is the whole idea here. We send some information as part of the path so that we can extract all the data we need for the product from the controller or inside of the controller. Because we can't really send the entire product as part of the URL, but we can send this key information. Now with that, let's go to the data folder and make sure to remove all products you have in there. I'll just quickly save that link here so that I don't have to search a new image. But then make sure to remove that, or even easier, add an ID by adding ID between double quotation marks and give that some random number. Theoretically, you can use any string, but I'll go for some random number. And now we have that ID added, and therefore our code will now work. If we didn't add this, well, we would not find an ID, and therefore we could not create that path that contains the ID. If you save that and reload, if you hover over details now, or if you click on it, you should see that in the URL, you now also have that ID in there. And right now we got a page not found because we're not handling this route yet. But we have products and then this ID. And in the next step, we will now extract that ID and then know which product to load.